Yeah. What we doing? Let's jump. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm feel me.
Much,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because we are now in a space where there's like just new guys in the school, so to speak, and they doing it their way, and we trying to make sure they uphold where we've been at with it. And I'm not saying like they totally got to be married to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's certain things if we just being totally unbiased,
Mm-hmm.
where it just helps for everything that we do. We talking about expression. We talking about the art form as it is,
Mm-hmm.
in its essential state and as it evolves. We not knocking the evolution.
Right.
I just feel we feel strongly towards certain fundamentals and different things that comes with it. That's it's of an essence. It's of an original space that we know it to be, and we would like to keep that there, especially with battle rap. You know what I mean? Because this is the space for the wordsmiths,
Mm-hmm.
for the
Mm-hmm.
rappers. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like we
Mm-hmm.
not knocking the show. We
Mm-hmm.
never knocking the show, but this is where you come to get that breakdown. This is totally cerebral.
Okay.
Duh.
Hey, you know what though? It seems like too. I have not heard rounds that have aged like like your Miles performance. Them rounds aged still. Like you like.
Right.
Do you ever go back and look at the performance of the Miles?
Yo, you know what? I always do. Well, like I definitely study and research old performances because I remember where I was at in
Mm-hmm.
those spaces in them
Mm-hmm.
states. So I definitely still do that. And then yeah, it's a grand thing to see how the material ages. That you right in that regard because I often look at that and I measure that with where you were at when you were like conjuring it, when you were coming up with it. I feel like as high as you can go is how everlasting it'll be. So yeah, I definitely still go back and I look at certain performances and look at the ingredients that help to like shape and mold everything we doing. I mean, every like last one of us, I can say at least in this King's Corner has had grand performances that has helped to shape the shit and then like go back if you want to chronicle and look over how the work has moved into the spaces moved in. I think it's a lot of all of us having those grand performances or spaces where we've definitely added some grand things to the game. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of like for us to see, yo, where we taking our creativity and our expression to go to that degree. You know what went into that, and then you see shit that is like, man, that ain't even like a quarter of what you know it to be. But I still try to look from another perspective and see why it comes off as it comes off. Like trying to totally rule out, all right, let's just say, you know, my opinion ain't the end all to be all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at it from other perspectives. And I think we need to do that to totally grow. So I look at certain things and I really analyze and study like, okay, what he did there, how does that come off? The way he expressed it, like let me catch on, because
Mm.
I may just not be aware of where he's coming from in that space, and I think that's that's worthy. You know what I'm saying? Even if it just allows for you to learn more, we all need to do that.
That's
But
a
that's
you know what though, bro? What you just said.
mhm.
Oh yeah, Cassidy is in the building. Loaded is in the building. Daylight is in the building. Disaster is in the building. We got one more pulling up. But no, hey, but like you right though, loaded though, because I'm gonna tell you those rounds, like when your rounds really mean something, like everybody here that's coming in, I can quote rounds like those
Right.
like them pieces that just age like that mild shit aged forever. It's like when you listening to it
Yeah.
because it's the craftsmanship in it. It's like,
Yeah.
and you know what it
Yeah.
was? It seemed like back then, like in that era, it was like, man, defy gravity, man.
Right.
Yeah, like show us why.
Yeah.
What makes you different from him? Show us, like But now it seems like they want you to be exactly like them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
Mm.
instead of
Mm.
like for us, it was more like levitate. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
show us the
Yeah.
difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
hey,
Right.
do y'all
Right.
agree with that? Daylight? Do y'all agree with that?
Verb, I think the main difference in the eras for me is like now battle rappers, you know what I'm saying? they can see something online. It's already there for them to know where to go and what they have to do and how they prepare. Like we come from that era where you didn't know what was going to happen. You couldn't just find a battle and be part of it like that. It was really a tightly knitted community, and that's why I feel like all the bars and the things that we talked about were so, they were so pen driven and driven in that aspect, is because it was like a tightly knitted community that wasn't exposed to the whole world, and you had to really know to find battles, and you had to like make yourself a name. And when you showed up places, like you didn't know who you was going to battle, who you were going to run into. You had to have bars on you all the time. Like now you could catch one of these guys and be like, what's good, and they'll be like, well, call up so and set it up. Like
That's a fact. Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit
yeah,
ain't like what we come from. And like
yeah.
at the end of the day, to me, that's the main fucking difference. You know what I'm saying? But that's the add on to what Lux was talking about.
Yeah, but because now, like, okay, like now it is more, and me and Cass was talking about this. We understand the game is now a different. Cass, hey Cass, tell them what we were saying. How it's just different, but it's still a go though. What were you saying?
I'm just coming in, so I don't even know where y'all at yet.
Oh no
Listen in a
no.
little more.
I was saying
What y'all talking about?
we was talking about the differences, and Loaded was talking about the differences of eras, how it changed each time. Like, what was we talking about when you said what you had said, bro? You was like
Which one?
damn, I don't forgot that quick. But Cass
Well,
had said something earlier that made sense. He was like, okay, it's still good, but it's just like faster, right, Cass? What was you saying, Cass? Explain. You remember that shit?
What part you talking about? Just let me know what you're talking about.
When we was talking about the differences of the eras
Of
of like,
battle rap era
yeah,
of matter.
yeah,
Um.
But
Well,
to chime in real quick, I think the
it
best thing.
depends.
Go
It's
ahead,
all a
Cass.
perspective. It's all a perspective on how you say where is at. The
mm,
same niggas is alive right now. Like
mm,
most of the niggas that's on this shit right now in this car was doing it back in the previous time. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And niggas
mm,
is still alive now, and niggas are still the same niggas.
yeah,
So I don't feel like it necessarily changed in the heart of the niggas that really want to battle. I just think what the business got involved. Like
mm,
back in the day when we was doing it,
mm-hmm.
it was like it was the transition from just being in love with rap and doing it in the streets to transitioning from that level to like being a star. You had the battle. It was like to give it an analogy like the golden gloves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you not a rookie, but you're not a professional yet. You know what I'm saying? You winning them golden glove tournaments, niggas know that you got potential to be super nice. So that's why niggas was battling back in the day. But once they seen it was the energy, they start putting all this money into it and made it a business now. So
Mm-hmm.
now is other people that got say so in it that don't necessarily play a part in the culture. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say that, I mean like creating, like as far as creating ideas, making raps, delivering the raps. Those people might not got nothing to do with that, but they still putting money into it now because it's a business. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
difference. What is demanded now? What makes the most sense, money wise,
Exactly.
might not have made the most sense back in the day for you to make that transition from a street nigga to being a star.
facts.
So that's the only difference. But I feel like the heart of the battle rappers is still the same. And if you demand the same thing from them, they could deliver and bring the same things to the table. It's just niggas gonna only bring to the table what they feel as though is required for them to be more successful and get more lit.
The art
Yeah.
form, I think I hate to say it, but if it keep going that way, you'll wind up whitewashing it. It'll just be a space where people just doing just enough.
Mm,
And too
mm.
many pump
Which is
performances with
technically what's happening, Lux.
yeah,
No,
yeah, it's one of those.
the chime in on that too. Like as I look at all the faces on the panel right now, and I look at how different we all are. Like Verb is Verb, Lux is Lux, Cass is Cass, Diz is Diz. Hollow is Hollow. Like none of us are comparable in, like we do similar stuff, but none of us you ain't gonna look at that person and be like, hey, he sounds just like the other nigga.
at all.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what? That comes from us coming from an era where you wasn't allowed to sound like nobody else. So I think the reason why a lot of us have those preserved different things about us is because we came from an era where if you even remotely sounded like someone, you was getting booed or called a biter.
Yeah.
Exactly. And going and leading to that, just in this new era, it's almost like all the formats that we put out there created like a battle rap book. And now the new era, they just take pieces from all of us and just apply it. So now like to me, the new era is a form of mumble rap battle rap. It's the same setup, same lead up, same every over and over and over. But the eye view from it is the fans like it. It's almost like the new fans of newer battle rap, like, yeah, just do what everybody else doing. That's fire.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
The thing
And
is,
you
though,
know what?
Nate, and
That's sick.
I don't look at all of them like that. I feel like you're right to an extent, but there's a lot of the newer people that are nice as fuck that learn from us too. You know what I'm saying? And they're
Not
not
COVID. The
they're not
COVID
like
baby's different.
hella recycled like you saying, but a lot of people are, and they actually take a lot of concepts we've used before. Like, believe it or not, a lot of this stuff we've already rapped it like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, we was talking, me and Verb was talking about that earlier, is undetectable perjury that makes you a true artist.
Mm.
Like everybody gonna everybody on this line stole something from the legends and the veterans that came before them. But they just was inspired by so many different people for so many different reasons and took so many bits and pieces from so many different places and put it in a blender and blended it all together and made a new recipe that nobody never tasted, nobody never experienced it before, so it's something new. You know what I mean? And that's what makes you a true artist. Because when you come into this world, you got to be inspired by other music, other forms of rap, other things that other niggas do. But
True.
that don't mean you got to directly bite. That don't mean you got to be a carbon copy. So a lot of these new battle rappers, you can actually see and hear directly who influenced them. You can't just say that they was influenced by battle rap, but they dope and got their own sound. A lot of these new dudes, you can tell directly who did influence them and who they got their whole shit from,
And
and
then
that's not right.
they'll act like they didn't take it either. They'll look at you, blink in your face, like, nah, yes, the fuck you did, man. What you talking
But they
about?
might not even
Hmm.
know they took it subconsciously. They
Not
might
no no
really
no
just use your
hollow
Mm.
style.
hollow, you right because Pete, right? I was in this one thread and I seen like a bunch of the newer, like, up and coming niggas, and they was like, nah, why? They was just, it was like a mook slander text, right? So guy posts like, nah, check out my last battle. And he started his battle off with smack hit my phone, smack hit my jack, and yada yada. And I'm like, my nigga, you
Don't
cannot say
even
mook
know
whack.
where it come from. Verb, I
And
guarantee a nigga do not
He
know
do
that a
not
nigga
know.
snatching a
Right.
coin came from
Right.
you and Marv One.
And you
Like
know
niggas
what? And
don't
guess
know
what?
shit
When I
like this,
said that,
boy.
I said I was the first nigga that done that. Caught that coin in the air, and guess what? Everybody started doing it, act like that. I'm like, damn, that shit crazy, bro. Like, what is y'all
but
talking about?
Verb, you got to really sit here and think about this one thing. In all actuality, my nigga, we did shit like we did shit 10 years ago, 15 years ago. A lot of these niggas just hit 18, 19, 20. They really don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know.
A lot
Man,
don't.
that's bullshit, man. I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit. It's like if you a basketball player and you a guard, you don't know Allen Iverson. Come on, man. Like we not gonna do that, bro.
Yeah,
Verb,
Yes,
that's
you are,
but
bro.
verb,
but it's like
verb,
so
verb.
much
We
material
we
online.
verb,
Some
we know
some
them.
have
Ain't
watched
even
so many
looking.
battles that they don't know. They're subconsciously saying something they watched from Hollow versus
Mm.
past words they seen 4 or 5 years ago. They thinking it's they line they came up with
What do
because
you
it's in
what
the
Not
the
back of
that,
their brain
not y'all all right. Like they don't all know and they do all know. It
and then
just
some
depends.
do.
It
Hmm.
depends on the timeline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all brought up Iverson, but like Iverson might have been like, you know what I'm saying, like inspired by like Isaiah Thomas or something like that.
mm-hmm.
And like he probably got a lot of shit from Isaiah or like, you know what I mean, Hardaway or different
Hmm.
motherfuckers that came before him. But if you came up in a time where all you was watching is AI, or you another young boy that came up and all you was able to see was like Kobe, LeBron, or now you coming up and you a super young boy and all you see is Steph and all these new niggas. It's like AI is old to a lot of niggas. Like they gotta look back and do research, go on YouTube to even see AI. So how would they know about the niggas that even inspire him unless they do their real research? You gotta be a real you gotta be a
All right,
real
let's do
fan
this
of the.
then. My bad. Let's cut you out, but let's do this. I think of it
Nah,
like
but
this.
I ain't finished though. Like, so a nigga could have made up a move. Like Isaiah Thomas or one of them niggas could have made up a move and did it first in the game way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now AI take it and do something similar. And
Mm-hmm.
now one of these newer players come do it again. All the young boys is gonna know is the new nigga that just did it. They not gonna
Hmm.
know the two niggas that did it before him. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
they
right.
gonna really have to do their research and it's gonna be hard. Niggas don't really got that much time. And niggas don't really be that big of fans to
Nah,
do that
niggas got
much
time. They
research.
don't care enough. They don't care enough. You got to
Yeah,
do your time and study hip hop. You
yeah,
got to.
if you want to be in it, but I'm just talking about the average fan, not the
Mm-hmm.
players. I'm
Got
talking
you.
about just the average
Got you.
fan. Just like I'm a fan of a lot of shit, but I'm like a big fan of certain stuff, and I'm just like a kinda fan of certain stuff. So I don't do my research on everything, like every form of music. Like it's other forms of music that I like. I might like certain songs, but I'm not going back to the 60s and 50s and doing research about every form of music. I might do that with hip hop, but I might not do that with pop or you know what I'm saying, some other shit. So, you know what I mean? That's how some fans be. Like, you know what I mean? They don't really want to do their research. But it's up to the niggas that's on the phone to maintain the order. You can't
For
expect
Okay.
them
sure.
to do it. They
That's a
uninformed.
that's a
They
fact.
not they not informed enough. They ain't put enough time in and enough work to understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just fans. So, you know what I mean? It's up to us, the niggas that really know the details and know the rules and the regulations, the like, you know what I mean? To let them know what's what and like doing shit like this, like speaking up, giving niggas opinion. So everybody not never gonna have the same opinion. There's always gonna be niggas that think different, but niggas can side with the person that they agree with if niggas do got different opinions, and set it up the right way so niggas could have to go in the right direction. The same thing with hip hop that don't got nothing to do with battle rap. These niggas don't know all of the niggas that paved the way for them to rap how they rap. They still in the nigga style that came right before them. Not knowing there
Right.
was four niggas that had that style or was rapping fast or doing that jump flow you was doing, or you're not the first person to rap to a double time or do a double time type of flow.
Right.
Like, but everybody don't know. Niggas don't really be on that type time and they need somebody to teach them. So who going to teach them? You can't expect it to just fall in their lap and the information that just drop out of nowhere.
Word.
It's up to us niggas
Our
that do got
job.
the information to give it to them niggas.
Yeah. Now you know what's the grandest thing about all of this though? Like, cause all industries go through shifts and changes and all of that. At least in our sport though, you could battle for this shit though. Like it's always gonna be two powers, man, that conflict. And you know, this is how life goes. That shit is just that. You know,
Oh, hey,
adversity
hey,
creates
look. Let me
progress.
ask you.